Hello, everyone, and welcome to the after party for season 2, episode 9 of the Dateable AF podcast. We are going to be talking today about the feedback we got from you guys about our episode on bisexuality. We called it El Camino energy. Is it a car or is it a truck?
Nobody yet. No one knows. I got feedback and everybody's like, I don't know if it's a car or if it's a truck.
I don't know if anyone else was as amused by that title as we were, but I liked it.
they were. I got some fun feedback on it, actually. That I am sure it's from an audience that actually remembers an El Camino.
Remembers the El Camino? Those are classic now.
They are. Kind of makes me want one.
Yeah, well, let's talk about kind of what we heard from our listeners about this topic on bisexuality.
One of the things we talked about was just sort of the discrimination that exists out there with folks that are bisexual, that they don't feel that they fully fit in either camp. And then also just the idea that women trying to date women who are bisexual, lesbian or queer women who are trying to date bisexual women tend to be scared oftentimes. And I did get some feedback from a couple of listeners that are bisexual and they are women leaning, and they have said that they actually, the biggest discrimination they felt was from their lesbian and queer sisters out there. Yep. And that they felt that was based on fear, founded on fear. And so I do think we might want to shoot a little more light into that. One is just shouting out to our queer sisters out there, just being mindful about what it is that's going on that makes you scared. Is it just the fact that they're bisexual, or is it around activity that's going on that doesn't feel comfortable about the decisions they're making?
Maybe they're being sexual with men, in other words.
Yeah. Or maybe that they're, yes, that they are seeking attention from men in ways that still doesn't feel clean to you or comfortable to you, whatever those things are. So,
yep. Yeah, I heard actually the same feedback that from gay women who said, yes, I do feel scared to date someone who identifies as bi. I think that, to your point, sometimes that is about, oh, she seems to be flirting with men and I don't feel comfortable with that. Well, I don't think men are the predominant factor there. I think it's the fact that she's flirting with someone that's not you. It doesn't matter that it's a man or a woman. So getting clear about, is this a monogamous relationship? Are we just dating each other? But the fear that I heard more was about, is this just an experiment? Mm-hmm. Is she going to date me and I'm going to fall in love with her, and then she's going to want to go back to dating men because this was just a fly-by-night thing. And I think if someone's truly identifying as bisexual, it's not that. It's not an experiment.
Yeah, this is what I will tell you from my experience, or just how I feel about it, is that if you have bounced back and forth a lot, if you have gone and been with men in long term, then you've been with a woman, then you've gone back to men, and then you've gone to a woman, and then you go back to a man, I'm going to have an eyebrow raised at you, because I'm more interested in a woman who knows that she prefers women.
Yeah, there's something about that that's just appealing to you.
Something that's appealing to me about that.
Yep, that makes sense.
And so that could come across as, I don't believe that you're
gay enough,
I guess. And maybe it is that you are not in, like, I prefer women who are very, very strongly into women.
Yeah.
And
that makes a lot of sense.
And so that you have to kind of delineate that from your personal preferences. You just say it. And if, like I said, I would probably notice that if somebody's gone back and forth a ton.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the most important thing that I think we have to clarify in our after party episode is the idea that you might be going to prison. Because
yes,
we've got a lot of questions about that. In our episode, if you haven't listened to it, we were talking about, I said that one of my professors in my doc program said that you identify your sexual orientation by what you fantasize about when you're alone. And Rachel threw out a comment that she might go to prison for her fantasies. And after we discussed it a little bit more, I told her she's not going to go to prison. She might be going to county jail.
I was relieved because, well, for a number of reasons. One was because I do believe if you go to prison, it's orange, and orange is not in my color wheel, and I don't look good in it. And then, I think if you go to
just black and white,
and that's kind of very much in my color wheel.
Yeah, and they're not going to give you basic black.
Yeah,
it's going to be black and white stripes.
I feel safer about that. And then for those of you out there that I got some texts, y'all wanted to poke around in my fantasy life. Oh, yes, you did. Y'all wanted to know what was up in the...
What was going to send you to, you thought prison. I just wanted to clarify out there that I think the thing you go to prison with is if it's with someone underage, and that is not, I have known you a long time, and that is not what you're referring to at all. You know.
Let me be very clear, that is not what I'm referring to at all. As a matter of fact, there's a friend of mine that will tell you that she's just about 10 years younger than I am, maybe a little more than that. I wouldn't even go out with her because I had her in the kiddie pool.
Yep. So just to clarify, that's not why Rachel will be in the county jail or the prison, either one. So anyway, that I felt like that was the most important thing for us to clarify, was that you are not a pedophile, and that your fantasies may or may not lead you to some illegal activities, but not prison worthy.
That's probably true.
If you see Rachel creeping in your backyard and peeping in your window, you just call the cops. It's fine.
Wonder how long a stay you get for that.
No disrespect to any of our incarcerated listeners.
I could really run with this one, but I'm gonna let it go because then we'll have to have another after party to clarify.
We might have to have the after party to clarify what we were talking about in the after party. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, if you're curious about what might send Rachel to county jail, you just email her. Okay, everybody, we got to wrap this one up.
We got to go.
We get ourselves in trouble. But we always want to thank you for listening to the Dateable AF podcast, where we help you find your happy ending.
And remember, be bold, be kind, and for the love of queer dating, don't text your ex. Stay dateable.
AF, and stay out of jail.
Yeah.